Is veganism a dying trend? I have seen now more than ever before so many people talking about how they're leaving veganism and stopping a plant-based diet, reincorporating meat, milk, cheese, eggs, animal products back into their diets. And a lot of people that have been doing this have started a career off of being a vegan food blogger or like a vegan influencer. And now that same page that was founded off of veganism is now making fully meat recipes. Let's talk about it. Hello beautiful people, and welcome back to another I Tell Eats and Treats video where we prioritize health and longevity. Please excuse the sudden and abrupt microphone change. I recorded so many videos with the other microphone and it did not want to work. Anyways, today is a sit down and talk and discuss type video. I wanted to talk about veganism and whether or not it's a trend and whether or not it's a dying trend. I've been seeing a lot of people lately talk about veganism on social media, more specifically people who are not vegan, talking about how veganism was basically a failure and it is a trend that just failed. And I want to talk a little bit about that with you all, whether or not you think the same, whether this is true, and some historical context to veganism. So as mentioned at the start of the video, I have been noticing a lot more people diverting from veganism to a plant-based diet. And more specifically, a lot of people have been going from vegan to straight on carnivore, which I think is a very extreme jump from going from one end to the complete opposite end of the spectrum. And I started getting really nervous. I started asking myself, can I survive veganism? Even though I have been plant-based for 8 years and I've been vegan with no issues for 6 years. Now, I'm not making this video to shame anyone that has stopped a vegan diet. That's just not me. That's not what I'm here to do. And that is not my mission. My purpose of this video is to start like a little topic for my vegans who are left, I guess. So a few months ago, I noticed a lot of people who started their careers off of veganism. Basically, people who had quit their 9-to-5 jobs in order to pursue full-time food blogging or full-time influencing surrounded around vegan food have recently shared their stories about stopping a vegan diet. Now, my first reaction was basically just to say, okay, it's good that you have recognized what's good for you and what's not good for you, and just do your best, try to eat as many plant-based recipes as possible. But I started to notice everybody was like making these videos around the same time, and I cannot lie, as a vegan, as a dedicated vegan, I was starting to get really nervous and really worried, and the whole thing was just basically really scary. It was scary to see so many people all at once announcing the fact that they were no longer vegan. And at one point I was just wondering, are people like getting paid to make these videos? It seemed almost as if an unnatural influx all at one time occurred of so many people making videos and everything talking about why they're not vegan. Coming from the Caribbean, coming from Jamaica, we all know meat is quite heavy in the diet, so I'm always going to be surrounded around people who are eating meat. If you know about the Caribbean and Jamaica, you know about the ITAL diet, which is something I'll get into later on. So I'm not gonna really act pretentious, especially not when I'm around Jamaican people who are cooking cultural foods and foods that have been in our recipe books for centuries and centuries. But something that I do think is very interesting is using a platform that was built off of veganism and all of a sudden promoting meat. And not only promoting meat, but basically like shutting down veganism, shunning veganism, and talking about how veganism is dangerous, or about how it's a dangerous diet, or about how you can basically die off of being vegan. This leads into the first point that I wanted to make, in that veganism is not a trend. It can never be a trend because of the history that it has in two countries specifically, my own country of Jamaica and another country of India. Now, when we think about meatless Indian food, we typically think about vegetarian food, and that dates back thousands and thousands of years. So we can already say that, vegetarianism is not a trend. I'm not sure how something could be trending for thousands and thousands and thousands of years. If it is, then that's a pretty sustainable trend, I guess. But vegetarianism is basically older than most Western civilization. Now, in terms of veganism has been in Jamaica, in the Caribbean for ages as well. There is a diet in Jamaica called ITAL. It is the name of this channel, ITAL Eats and Treats. It is basically a spiritual and conscious plant-based diet that values the lives of animals, but also values your body as a temple. So you don't want to put blood into your body, you don't want to put flesh into your body, so you're eating mostly from a plant-based diet. Now, this diet, ITAL is what it's called, ITAL is vital, has been around long before veganism has ever come to the Western world. When vegetarianism was first starting out in the US around the 70s, I believe, ITAL was long thriving in Jamaica, all right? So this just debunks the first frame of mind that some people, especially some people in Western civilizations, try to assume that veganism is a trend. Veganism is not a trend. It might be a trend to one person, but it's not a trend to a whole entire culture. Here's a perfect example. Matcha lattes have been trending throughout the Western world, such as the United States and certain parts of Europe. However, matcha is over 2,000 years old. It first started out in China, made its way to Japan, and Japan is the country that popularized it with different rituals and everything. And that has been a ceremony and a ritual and a drink that has been consumed for thousands of years. Now that it has found its way in latte form in the United States, people are calling matcha a new trend. Matcha is not a trend, and matcha is not new. It's the same thing with veganism. I think because some people discover something later, or because the Western world discovers something later, it is seen as a trend, and it's seen as it will die off and it was not successful, or that it's gross. I know a lot of people that are saying matcha is gross, and it's like, okay, it might be gross to you, it might not make sense to you, it might taste like grass to you, but to another culture, it's not. This is the same way that I feel about veganism. For me, veganism or ITAL, I can't really go out and go to a restaurant and say, yes, I want to plate of ITAL food. People are not going to know what that means. All right, so I'll say the word vegan on the term vegan. For me, it is cultural preservation. In Jamaica, when we talk about ITAL, we're talking about plant-based foods, of course, but we're talking about a specific cooking method. We're talking about low to no salt, no sugar and stuff. Of course, that differs from vegan because veganism is a movement started for animals, and ITAL is more of a health-conscious movement that also has to deal with respecting animals as well. But for me, it will always be a cultural thing, and for many other people in this world as well. What I'm starting to see is that a lot of people decided to go vegan not for the animals and not for sustainability, but more for like a trend. It's actually interesting when I've realized that most people in their lives have either decided to go vegetarian or vegan, which is really cool. I think the more people that eat less meat, the better for the climate, the better for animals, the better for the earth, to be honest. There are so many things that can support how a vegan diet is better for your body and better for the earth. But I'm noticing that a lot of people are not necessarily doing it for the right reasons. A lot of people are more of doing it for a trend. And here is another thing I want to say. Make sure you are doing something because you actually want to do it, not for a trend. Going back to the matcha thing, are people drinking matcha because they actually like it or because it's trending? For me personally, I am drinking matcha because I love how it makes me feel. I love how it gives me energy without that crazy crash and jitters and anxiety that coffee gives me. And I think it tastes delicious. Now going back to veganism, someone who is starting off veganism as a trend more than likely is not going to last in it. And a lot of people who are claiming that veganism is dangerous, not just for them, because it's one thing to say that veganism was not great for a person, but it's another thing to say that veganism is not great for anybody. People need to be really careful when they're saying things like veganism is not good for anybody or it's dangerous, because a diet for one person might not work for the next person. I cannot really justify the claims at all of veganism being dangerous or something like that, because if you look at Jamaica and you look at the Rastafari community, they have their hair growing all the way to their ankles. They are strong. They can lift up big stuff and carry it down the road. Rastafari, who have never eaten meat in their whole entire lives, or the little pitney who grew up off of ITAL food, vegan food, plant-based food their whole entire lives, are healthy and strong, high iron, and have healthy functioning bodies. So we can't really make this claim that it's a dangerous diet or that it's unhealthy. There might be a few people who are not really tracking what they need to be tracking. For instance, iron, magnesium, calcium, protein, all of these things. I personally think everybody should be tracking these things regardless of whether they're vegan, pescatarian, vegetarian, eat meat. Everybody needs to be knowing how much their iron intake is, especially if you're a woman. A lot of people don't realize that women actually need nearly twice the amount of iron as men, and a lot of women who eat meat still find themselves anemic. So when on a plant-based diet or when vegan, it's important to be very intentional of all the nutrients and all the vitamins that are being consumed and taken in to the body. Me personally, I feel amazing on my plant-based diet because I started tracking what I'm eating. I started making sure I'm having ample amounts of protein, and it's actually really easy to get in protein on my diet. Tofu, tempeh, beans, lentils, legumes, nuts, seeds, all these things are very, very simple to get into my diet. So yeah, I just noticed that a lot of people who are not probably meal planning as best as they could be might be blaming it on the veganism, whereas it takes intentional effort, especially as an adult. I feel like as a child, you can eat whatever you want and be like Superman or Superwoman. But when you're an adult, it's very important to be intentional about the things that we're eating. Same way that I believe that every person should be stretching every day if you don't want achy bones. Now, going back to whether or not I think veganism is a trend, even though I said that I don't think it's a trend, I do think that it is very cultural, and I do think that it will never ever die in certain communities or in certain places. For example, I live in Atlanta, Georgia, and I went to a restaurant the other day and a pop-up at Wadada. Basically, this is like a Jamaican Caribbean restaurant, fully vegan. They have patties, aki patty, callaloo patty. They had some West African peanut soup, whole heap of delicious foods, and my goodness, it was completely packed inside this restaurant. And of course, it was a pop-up, so there were other Black-owned vendors there as well selling vegan food, and the whole entire pop-up was just packed. And at first, I was like, wow, I thought veganism was dying. I thought nobody wanted to be vegan anymore, or I thought that nobody was vegan anymore. It was so packed, and everything was delicious, and there were so many people supporting the community. I realized that because of cultural connection, veganism or ITIL is just never going to die in the Caribbean or amongst Caribbean communities or even Black communities. And this is something that gives me a lot of hope. There's a lot of people, as always, but especially now, that are like trying to say, oh, veganism is a trend and it failed, you guys failed. But when I go out in person, like when I go and touch grass and go into real communities and go into real restaurants, I see it's not a trend. And it's not failing, and it will not fail either. That gives me a lot of hope, honestly, because it got to a point where I was just kind of nervous. I was scared. I was just seeing everybody saying about how they were no longer vegan and how they're going to be using those same platforms to promote animal-based products. And like I said, I am definitely not judging anybody, but it can be harmful to an audience of vegan people. And it can kind of leave us wondering, what do we do now? Is this sustainable? What should I do? Because imagine if you have like a role model and all of a sudden your role model does the exact opposite thing that they've been preaching against for years. It can make you feel scared. It can make you feel like you don't know what to do next. And it can make you feel like you might have made the wrong decision. Talking a bit more about veganism in the Black community, I was in Atlanta at a Halloween parade the other day, and I stumbled across this amazing Black-owned grocery store, fully vegetarian/vegan. The only thing that was not vegan was that I think they had a couple of eggs and a bit of cheese. And I had asked the people, how long have you been here? And they said that they had been there since the 70s. That was something that literally gave me the utmost hope, and the grocery store was also packed and busy as well. So what's my point? My point is to say that in the United States, a lot of things come to be trends. Things like thrifting, things like matcha, things like veganism. And a lot of people would join it. Maybe not for the right reasons, maybe simply because other people are doing it, so they want to do it as well. And if it is seen as a trend, if some people view it as a trend and they only hopped on because it was trending and they decided to go back to an animal-based diet, I think it's important for vegans who are still vegan to note why they became vegan in the first place. Surround yourself with more community. If you feel scared or upset or frustrated that so many people, especially people that you have grown to love, have started to share content that is no longer vegan, don't try to tear that person down. Try to find community nearby you. Especially as Black vegans, I know that we really do have each other, more specifically in person. I feel like a lot of people nowadays are really relying on virtual communities. Virtual communities are beautiful, they're gorgeous, they're great, but there's nothing quite like an in-person community. And going to that restaurant and that pop-up really just lifted up my spirits so much. Being around other people who eat the same way I do, who view food and life and animals the same way I do, just made me feel so amazing, and it gave me so much hope. So to reiterate, do I think that veganism is dying? No, I do not think so. I think a lot of people who join the diet or join the movement probably didn't join the movement for what it really is, because veganism is really for the animals. That's what it is, honestly. A lot of people did gain a really large audience from what they were doing and all of a sudden switched. I don't know how that's going to play out for other people, but all I know is that I wanted to make this video as a bit of an encouragement and a bit of like a social discussion for things that I have noticed myself. I know I do have a lot of people who are not vegan who follow me for this inspiration and recipes. To that, I want to say, hey, thank you so much for joining me on Ital Eats and Treats. As always, everybody is welcome over here on this side of the internet. As long as you're looking for healing in your body and you want to respect animals, we can respect each other. Let's continue this discussion in the comments. With that being said, I'll catch you all on the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!